And you are very, very busy now as Prime Minister, and our time is almost up. But you say you coming to power will be the biggest change this country's seen in 4 decades. Thing is, 25,000 people voted for you in Makerfield. The 48 million people in the electorate in this country haven't had a chance to have a say on any of your plans. Do you rule out having a general election before 2029?
This is GB News Originals. I'm Emily Carver. Please do give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And do leave a comment. Let me know what you think.
There's no early general election. And the thing I would say to you is 20 plus, how many million people you just mentioned, voted for a manifesto. We're in a parliamentary democracy. So that is what people voted for. And I will honour that manifesto. And, you know, obviously I have faced the public in Makerfield. At the time I stood forward in the by-election, people would say, oh my goodness, that constituency voted reform in May, that's a risk. I went and faced the public and I went out onto those doorsteps. So, you know, I have done that. I've got the support of colleagues in Parliament, and it's a parliamentary democracy that we're in.
Rule it out?
Well, I'm going to rule it out. Yeah, there's no early general election. I don't think people want it. You know, the opinion polls might say there's some people do, some people don't. But the thing is, I just think what I most need to do is get Britain focused on getting the country back where it should be, getting it working.
The hidden cracks in Westminster's facade and why the political class is running out of time settling over the establishment. It is not the calm of stability or well-earned confidence, but the tense silence of a political class that knows the ground beneath its feet is shifting rapidly. The promises that once anchored public trust are fraying, and behind closed doors, party strategists are scrambling to maintain a grip on an electorate that has simply had enough. Welcome to Britain Underneath, where we peel back the polished spin to expose what is really happening behind the velvet curtains of power. Before we go any further into this revelation, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join our growing community of critical thinkers. It genuinely helps this channel expose the truth. So take a second, click subscribe, and let us dive straight in.
Think that you can trust Donald Trump?
Well, I've had one phone call, and I always treat people as I find them, and it was a good exchange. It was, as I said before, it was a warm exchange. So I am that kind of politician. I always will judge people as I find them. I've lived my whole life by that, and I found him to be really warm on Monday. But obviously, you know, we will continue to build a relationship as we go forward.
But as things stand, you're not sure. So you're saying you'll feel your way. You're not sure at this stage that you can place your trust in him as a fellow leader.
It's a changing world, isn't it? And you just have to obviously call things as they develop. And I can't at any point say that I won't take a different opinion from him, that I will need to voice a different opinion that is right for Britain, and I will do that. My strength always is in remaining close to people, close to the public. That will not change because I'm Prime Minister.
So you'd be willing to call Donald Trump out if you think that's the right thing?
Of course. I mean, you've got to go into this. All leaders have to do that. You have to defend your own national interest before anything else. That's what you're required to do if you're to do this job properly. I will always put Britain's interest first.
For decades, the standard political playbook relied on a very simple formula: offer a few high-profile promises, distract the public with managed media appearances, and rely on the sheer inertia of the two-party system to carry the day. But that playbook was written for a different era. Today, the British public is far more perceptive than the commentators in London care to admit. When politicians take to the airwaves to claim that everything is under control, the average household looking at their bills and local services knows otherwise. The gap between official narratives and everyday reality has never been wider, And that mismatch is creating a quiet revolution in how people view authority. What makes the current moment so intriguing is the sheer panic hiding behind the composed expressions of party leaders. Watch closely when a minister or shadow cabinet member is asked a direct question on live television. The rehearsed talking points, the subtle dodges, and the sudden urge to change the subject are not accidental. They are the defensive maneuvers of an institution that realizes its old tricks no longer work. People are tuning out the manufactured noise and looking for real answers. If you appreciate this kind of sharp, unfiltered analysis, consider subscribing to Britain Underneath right now. Supporting the channel takes just a moment, but it ensures you never miss a deep breakdown of the stories the mainstream press prefers to gloss over.
Was Defence Secretary. He said very clearly in black and white that our country would not be safe unless the Prime Minister committed to spending 3% of national income on defence by 2030. Will you make that promise to keep us safe here and now?
Well, I appointed my new Chancellor very aware of what he had said about the critical importance of defence spending and the position that he had taken about that. The first challenge facing us both is to ensure that the defence investment plan is fully funded, and that's the thing that's right in front of us, and we need to work that through as we go towards the budget later this year.
But he said there's a specific commitment that John Healey put in black and white, which was it has to be 3% by 2030. Will you commit to that yet or not?
I'm absolutely committed to what we've promised our NATO partners, and that is my commitment. Now we've got to work out the way of doing that, but I do not want to see Britain regarded as a country that people can't trust anymore.
And take a breath for a second and think about how rapidly the political landscape is moving. Issues that were once considered fringe topics are now driving national debate, while traditional strongholds are crumbling under the weight of voter frustration. The political elite often try to dismiss these shifts as temporary blips or minor discontent, but that is a profound miscalculation. What we are witnessing is a fundamental realignment of British politics. The public is demanding accountability, transparency, and policies that actually put the nation first, rather than endless bureaucratic deferrals. As we look toward the coming months, the pressure on the political establishment is only going to intensify. The upcoming legislative battles, local contests, and policy rollouts will test whether those in power can adapt, or if they will continue to fall back on tired excuses. Staying informed is no longer just a luxury, it is essential if you want to understand where this country is truly heading. That is why staying with us through to the final minute of these analyses is so critical, because the key connections always reveal themselves when you look at the full picture.
You are very, very busy now as Prime Minister, and our time is almost up. But you say you coming to power will be the biggest change this country's seen in 4 decades. Thing is, 25,000 people voted for you in Makerfield. The 48 million people in the electorate in this country haven't had a chance to have a say on any of your plans. Do you rule out having a general election before 2029?
There's no early general election, and the thing I would say to you is 20 plus, how many million people you just mentioned, voted for a manifesto. We're in a parliamentary democracy, so that is what people voted for, and I will honour that manifesto. And you know, obviously I have faced the public in Makerfield. At the time I stood forward in the by-election, people would say, oh my goodness, that constituency voted reform in May, that's a risk. I went and faced the public, and I went out onto those doorsteps. So, you know, I have done that. I've got the support of colleagues in Parliament, and it's a parliamentary democracy that we're in.
Rule it out?
Well, I'm going to rule it out. Yeah, there's no early general election. I don't think people want it. You know, the opinion polls might say there's some people do, some people don't. But the thing is, I just think What I most need to do is get Britain focused on getting the country back where it should be, getting it working.
The story of British power is being rewritten in real time, not in the sanitised press releases sent to newsrooms, but in the quiet decisions made behind closed doors and the growing resolve of the public. There is so much more to unravel as these events unfold week by week. If you value mature, serious and independent political commentary, please subscribe to Britain Underneath today. Your support keeps this channel running and allows us to keep digging deeper. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, take care of yourselves, and return soon for our next release as we continue to uncover what lies beneath.